Hey everybody, welcome to today's 10-minute tip. I'm going to show you what I make with nutritional yeast. Remember last time? Oh my gosh, I just noticed this packaging matches my shirt. You know, I actually bought this shirt because I felt I was wearing so much gray and so much black and beige and stuff. And this weekend, I just thought I need to revive myself. You know, like what do you do when you need to like revive yourself? Sometimes I just get colorful clothing. I get a blow dry. I spray rose water. Like, I don't know. I juice. I get on this juicing kick to like become pink and colorful and bright. But yeah, what do you guys do? Anyways, I got this shirt, matches. Didn't do it on purpose. So back to my thing. I'm gonna make cashew cheese today. Last video I mentioned that I use nutritional yeast from time to time to replace stuff like Parmesan or, you know, to give certain sauces a cheesy taste without necessarily having to add any dairy. Now, I'm not vegan, but vegans use nutritional yeast a lot. And, you know, sometimes I just feel like swapping, like I cycle a lot. The way I eat is I'll eat dairy and no problem for a couple of weeks, and then I'll feel the need to kind of pull back and then, you know, reduce my consumption of it or not have any for a few days or a few weeks. Like right now, I'm kind of in limbo of, you know, I ate too much cheese and milk and whatever over the holidays, and then now I'm more into like juices, fresh stuff, and I'm trying to eat a little bit more plant-based. So I'm not eating plant-based every single day, every single meal. But the little habits, it's the little habits that count, right? Like coffee, my coffee. I'm using oat milk in it. So remember a few weeks ago, I had posted, I think it was on Facebook, I posted this thing where I was trying to make my own oat milk because I had bought oat milk and it was so good. This stuff is good with coffee. It doesn't have that almondy taste or the coconut taste, like if you're not into that. And it's not soy, so it's not as processed. The thing is making it yourself. So I have, you know, tried and tested. I haven't really found like the secret, you know, tip for making good oat milk, because oftentimes, even if you put it through a cheesecloth or even like a t-shirt, it's hard to get the right consistency. That's why a lot of oat milk, you know, manufacturers and whatever, they'll put vegetable oil or emulsifiers or whatever to make it, you know, nice. So I found this one brand that just puts cold pressed sunflower oil in it with the water and a bit of sea salt. And I'm okay with it. Like I wouldn't drink it every single day because I'm always dubious about these oils, you know, like, but this one is apparently like cold pressed sunflower, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but it tastes really good in my milk. But anyways, back to this nutritional yeast. So try it. Try the oat milk. Tell me what you think. And if you do have a recipe for it that's like foolproof, please tell me, because I haven't like found like a good one that really works. So what I'm gonna do with this today is I'm gonna make vegan, like a vegan kind of creamy cheese. It's called cashew cheese. So what I do is I'll take cashews that I've soaked in water. Okay, you only need to soak them. I'll strain them now. You only really need to soak them for a few hours, but I did it overnight just because whatever, I forgot about them. I'll just rinse quickly and then put them back in here. So yeah, it's basically, why do you soak them? There's two main reasons why I soak them. It's because the consistency, I mean, they become, like if you see, first of all, they become huge, right? Like this was half the size, and they become kind of creamy, you know, like they become like they give, you know, it gets a nice creamy texture. And cashews particularly, I mean, you would soak most nuts anyways if you were going to use them in preparations and stuff, because Which brings me to the second reason why I soak them is because it makes it much easier to digest. When you don't soak nuts and seeds, I think is the same thing. It has this like anti-enzymatic reaction or something that makes it hard to digest. Like it inhibits the enzymes from working, and soaking them helps get rid of that. So that's why I soak them. Those are the two main reasons. So I'm gonna put this in the Vitamix. I had a cup. Once it's soaked, it's almost 2 cups, you know. I put them in here. Then it's up to you, like what you want to do and what you want to add. I personally add 2 teaspoons of, there's already a spoon here, of nutritional yeast. I mean, you could put more, but the stuff tastes quite strong, you know, so you might test. Put 1 and then 1.5, 2, see how it goes. I put a little bit of salt, but not much, like just a pinch, because nutritional yeast is already kind of salty. I like adding a bit of lemon because I've got these, you see these beautiful lemons, man, the French Riviera and like southern France, Italy, like there's so many, there's so much beautiful citrus fruit, you know, at the moment. So I know you guys in the States, it's the same, right? Certain states like have loads of citrus fruit. So I just put a little bit, like don't put, you know, like I don't even squeeze half. I just put in a little bit. And I will also put, okay, this is up to you. Because I'm going to be using this on little toasts and I want to like spruce it up, I will also add a bit of smoked paprika. So a lot of people already know what smoked paprika is. Look, this is Spanish smoked paprika. There's many brands. Like this is probably not like the best brand in the world. I have no idea. Maybe it is. I don't know. There's many brands, but it's just like smoked Spanish paprika. In America, you guys like, in the US, you have it like pretty readily available. In the UK, I think it's the same. I'm just gonna put a little bit to just give it a little bit of taste. We can add more or less, you know, depending on what you use this for. But I was gonna say, and then in Spain you have some because they'll use it in their cuisine. But in the rest of the world, like in Dubai, you could find it. But I've found that most people I know don't really know what smoked paprika is. They know paprika, but they don't know smoked paprika. And smoked paprika, like in France, most people have no clue what I'm talking about when I say this, but it is such a good ingredient to have. Like definitely a pantry staple. If I had, like, I should do a blog or post of like the 5 things I must have in my spice cabinet. There's sea salt, there's fresh pepper, cumin, smoked paprika is definitely one of them. And then I've got a handful of others, but definitely. Why? Because you can put it in marinades, you can put it in meats, like if you're doing like taco meat or something, or like a vegan style, or you can do it with like chicken, and it gives like a really nice smoky taste. And if you don't want to have any meat, this gives it like a chorizo taste. So if you're, let's say, making paella, okay, remember a few weeks ago I did a paella, and if you don't want to add any chorizo or meat, but you want a smoky, like the smoky taste that comes with chorizo, you could put some of this in and it will really give a nice flavor. It's amazing. I love this ingredient. So there you have it. That's about it. I will also add a bit of water. You don't need, like this is half of a shot glass, so you really don't need that much. And then I'm going to blitz it in my Vitamix. Okay, so just give me a minute here while I blitz away. Okay, so I definitely need to add water because I've got this huge, like, industrial size kind of Vitamix. So unless I put some water, it tends to kind of get stuck. It's a bit annoying, to be honest, but that's one tip. If you do get a Vitamix, Unless you're making huge quantities all the time, get a smaller one. Okay. You smell the cheesy taste, right? So you can't see this, but let me, and this is not creamy yet. I still have to blitz it a bit more. But you see this kind of, yeah? It has this kind of cream cheese, nacho cheese kind of texture, and this needs a little bit more salt, but it's very good. It's very, very nice. And what I do, I'll blend this more later. Very good. I think I actually put this recipe on my website a long time ago. I should look it up again, revisit, and give you options. So that's the main thing. Now you can put all sorts of things in there. If you want to put a bunch of herbs in there, go ahead. If you want to go and put like cilantro, if you want to put cumin or more smoked paprika. If you want to make this nacho cheesy, put a lot of this. It's gonna make it taste really nice. I'd add a little bit more lemon. I think I will actually, to give it a bit of a bite. A little bit more salt. There's enough nutritional yeast in there. So there you have it. If you don't have nutritional yeast, you can still make this, but it won't taste the same. It won't have that cheesy taste to it. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is, I don't know if you saw one of my stories. What I did is I make these sweet potato, I don't even know what to call them, like toast or like, they're not chips because they're softer. But just to show you, like if you want to do like little canapes that are like healthy, or if you just want to have something to add to your salads, like little crackers with, stuff on it or whatever. These are really, really nice. So what I do, and it's so easy to make. I first saw this recipe where you take a sweet potato, you no need to peel it, you just need to wash it. And then you slice it up pretty thin, okay? You don't want it to be like paper thin, but it's gotta be, like no thicker than this, okay? And what I like about this is that, okay, so I first saw this recipe on an Instagram, those Instagram videos where they make recipes in like 20 seconds and they show you all the steps and whatever. I saw this where they would put these in a toaster, and that's how they made them. And then like, ta-da, a minute later, they were toasted and perfect. I tried that. It doesn't work. It ends up a bit too crunchy or not quite cooked. So what I do is I put them 15 minutes in a really hot oven, like in a 200 degree oven for 10-15 minutes. And then I take them out and they're beautiful. So I just put them on a baking paper, like a baking sheet with the parchment paper. No need to put any oil. Put salt if you want, but no need for oil, because anyways, these are used to like as toast. So you're gonna top it with guacamole, or you can top it with cashew cheese, or some kind of spread, and so you really don't need the oil. And now I'm gonna put these in the oven for 10-15 minutes, but I'm not gonna stay here for 10-15 minutes. But it ends up looking like this. This is a leftover one from yesterday. And they're really, really nice. You can also top it with like a mushroom mixture, like sauteed mushrooms. And then just close it with a toothpick or something. So as a canapé, it's really nice. It's kind of healthy. It's actually quite healthy because sweet potatoes are like super nutrient rich. They're really, I hate using the word, but like a superfood. Like they're very, very nutritious. So if you're in a hurry and you just want to have a bit of like salad and just some sweet potatoes and a bit of guacamole or whatever, it's really delicious. Cashew cheese, really good. Cashew cheese also is not too difficult to digest. You know how I was talking with my good friend Anna this morning, and she's all about nutrition. She knows a lot. And she was involved in this study where she figured out a lot of things with the study. But one of the things we were talking about is nuts. And I said, I eat a lot of nuts and I love almond butter. I love peanut butter and whatever. But there's certain nuts I digest easily, like almonds. Like almond butter, I can just eat it out of the jar almost. I mean, obviously, like not a cup, but, and I'm good with it and I feel good. Peanut butter's a risky one for me. On some days I can have it and it's fine. But if I have it too many days in a row, then my body starts rejecting it. And so I kind of have to eliminate it for like a week or two and then get back to it. Cashews is one of those I can have regularly. And she told me, she was like, yeah, well, almonds and cashews are easier to digest. So that's why. And plus, if they're soaked, it's really good. So that's that. This is done. I'm going to put this in the oven as well. My husband is so sick of these. He likes them. But I think it's like the third time I make it in one week. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, little hack. I really like beets, and beets are also super nutritious. So what I do when I get lazy and I don't want to be bothered with the whole kind of peeling them and cutting them and roasting them and whatever, and I want to like get as many, keep as many of the nutrients inside without necessarily having to eat it raw, I just shove it in the oven for like 40 minutes on 150 Celsius, and then it cooks, and then I peel it. This is like, I roasted this yesterday. Okay, so it's not even like a freshly roasted one, and you peel it with your hands. I mean, you could also use like a knife, but it's easier to peel. It's a bit less messy than if you were to peel it beforehand. I'm just gonna help it out over here with a bit of knife cutting, but it's really, really good. And you'll see when I peel this. If you do like this, I think it's not peeling easily with my hands because I did it yesterday, and it also depends on the type of beet. If you peel it on the, an hour after it's been roasted, it will be much easier to peel with your hands. But either way, it's still like not impossible to get rid of the peel. And so here, what I will do then is I will slice it up, and then I'll just drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. So like that, the oil you do use, you don't use it to roast. You use it as like some raw olive oil just to give it a bit of taste, but like a different taste, like a contrasting taste and texture, because beetroot is quite particular, right? But you see, look at this, the beautiful color you get from roasting. You see that? It's gorgeous. You could also use this, like serve it with like a dollop of yogurt, or better yet, add a bit more water to this cashew cream, and so that it's a bit yogurty, not liquid, but like a little less thick. And you can drizzle it on top with some fresh herbs, some pine nuts. It's delicious. It makes for a good entree. Also good, like, when I say entree, I mean the French entree, like appetizer, hors d'oeuvre, or no, appetizer, starter. You know what I mean? Makes for a good starter. Makes for, because in French, entree is a starter. Anyways, I digress. So, yeah, really, really good. And I think that's all I have to say for now. And the good thing with the cashew cream or whatever, all of these things, you can make them separately, and just, it's like these little elements that you can toss into your plate or your bootable or your appetizer, whatever, in your salad. And it makes a really nice difference, and it's nice to kind of make all the beets or make the potatoes or whatever, and then keep them in the fridge and take them out as you need them, as you want to use them, because they're great as leftovers. And you can even take all of these ingredients, put it in a Swiss chard leaf, roll it up, and eat it as a veggie wrap, So there you go. Okay, that's about it for today. I am looking forward to giving you more tips and recipes. But for now, I'm going to go and do some lunch for the kids because they're e-learning today. And also, I have a lot of podcasts coming up this week and next week. I've got two in particular, one with a nutritionist from New York City, a great woman. She's not a nutritionist, she's a health and wellness coach. She's amazing. I hope you you get the chance to watch it on Well Mama Talks. Don't not watch it, listen to it. It's a podcast on Well Mama Talks. It's on Spotify. Her name is Paola Atlason. We had a really great conversation. So that's going to come up soon. Also, I wanted to tell you there's Karen Mullins, a good kind of a long time connection I've had. And she is a coach, like a mindset coach. And we will be talking about having an abundance mindset and, steering clear from having a scarcity mindset. She's super inspiring. So if you're in the need for like positive energy, you gotta listen to this. And the podcast with Karen is due to be launched tomorrow. So stay tuned. Go check it out. So I'm on the Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Anchor, whatever. Go on my website. Go on my Instagram on wellmama, WELLMAMMA.com, and you can check that out. And there you go. And more recipe ideas are going to come to me, and I will transfer them to you as I go, either on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook. Also, the other thing I wanted to say is, I wanted to ask you, is there anything that you would like more of? Because I'm just starting with these videos and I'm kind of giving tips as I go of things that, it would be helpful to this person or that person. Maybe, they need some ideas and whatever. But are there ingredients that you want to work with, or are there ideas you need, or the type of inspiration, like dinner ideas, lunch ideas, or just even, certain regimes that you're into and you'd like to have recipes for, like if you're vegan, or if you're keto, or if you're trying to lay low on the carbs, or if you're trying to eat more fruit or whatever, let me know and I can develop recipes. That's what I do. I'm quite good at it. So and if I don't know of any, I'll create some and research it and test and try and then show them to you. So if you've got any feedback, please do let me know. And that's it. All right. Have a good day. Bye.